name is Carmen, and today we've got a reading for you about an end of a relationship that somebody seems to be a little bit like they're struggling to tell the truth about it. They're concerned with their reputation and they want the other person to look like the problem, or they want to make it seem like they didn't do anything wrong, but there are receipts here. So whatever they are claiming they didn't do, or whatever innocence they are presenting to everybody else, seems to have a lot of holes in it, like Swiss cheese. So looks like they get exposed for what they actually did to cause the problems in this relationship. So let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. And I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. Hello, Miss Thang. If you're interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedwandstarot@gmail.com. It's in the description box for you, as is more information on how to become a member of the channel. We also have in the description box information on the secondary channel if you want to listen to me read from books, which is, you know, a different kind of reading. Let's start with the Pulp Tarot and see what else we get with regards to what, I don't know, this feels like a slightly different kind of I have proof than I normally get with this. Relationship ending kind of energy. So let's see. Seven of Swords. Oh, we know somebody was lying. King of Wands in the reverse. The Lovers. Ace of Swords in the reverse. So I think this is someone who's saying that they stopped seeing someone when they broke up, but I think they're lying. So that's interesting. It's not so much like I'm lying about something to make sure that a divorce goes in my favor. Hello, Grindheart. I think it's more so I don't want anybody to know that I was still seeing that person after there was a breakup, or that, you know, we were spending time together when other people didn't really know about it. So we could have like GPS, or, you know, phone calls, or people seeing someone's car parked outside someone's place. Yeah. I think we have somebody who has said that they were done hanging out with the ex, but the reality is when someone, their new partner, has a lot of work to do, or maybe has to travel out of town, we have people hanging out again in probably an inappropriate way. The Six of Pentacles is a card that can talk about giving to two people. But in this particular rendering of it, we just have one person accepting coins, right? So I feel like that's what they have receipts for, is that there's something else here and you thought you could like control the narrative, you know? Hello, Sunflower. How are you doing? Oh, I'm sorry, Sammy. I can't help you out with that. Hello, Austin. Hello, Doctor. That's an interesting categorization. Hello, Adam. Yeah, that's not really something you need to be worried about. Two of Cups and the Ace of Wands. There's something here where we broke up. Everybody knew that it wasn't going anywhere. Either, you know, they don't want other people to know that they're still seeing each other, or maybe there's a new relationship here. But we do have some attempt to hide that there was a second round, or there was like seeing each other again after everyone thought that we were mad at each other. And I do feel like this is somebody who, you know, was at one time married. Maybe they were separated. Maybe they went through an actual divorce. But everyone around them looks at this as a connection that has probably ended. Maybe even been a bit contentious or argumentative. Hello, Wes. How are you? Hello, Elf. It's a little strange today, Lemonade, but that's okay. Hello, Sundar. How are you doing? Hello, Shruti. Please do not repeat your questions. I will do personal questions starting at about 30 minutes in, with priority to those who tip or donate. If Super Chat doesn't work, sometimes you are able to gift memberships, and I will also pull cards for you if you do that. All right, so we have Strength and Death in the reverse with the Five of Wands in the reverse. I think we've got somebody who felt like they were going to be able to hide that they have been seeing the ex, but there's someone who's too perceptive, someone who can tell that there is changes either to the environment or this person's attitude. I can't tell you what just went through my mind. Spirit's got jokes, but some of them are not appropriate for YouTube. Let's see. We're gonna go with the what's the news. Hello, Mavis. How are you doing? Hey, Sky. Shouter. That makes sense. You shout at the wind. Yeah. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your weekend, and I hope you can find something on YouTube that is to your liking. Hello, Palvisharma. Oh, please do not repeat your messages like that. We do personal questions at about 30 minutes. So, hello, Priyanka. What's happening? Next action for Priyanka and Mukaldev's intentions. I got you, Priyanka. Thank you. Hello, WPT. I don't know if that's really something that I'd be looking to do. Hello, Alfred. Oh, I hope that changes for you, Mavis. Hello, Paul. How are you doing? What else? We have the skirt card. Somebody who made a quick getaway. I think this is someone who didn't want to get caught over at their ex's place. And it could be because there is someone who has a very public opinion about this relationship or whether or not it's okay. There could also be that, you know, someone's in a new relationship while these two exes are hanging out. All right, well, confirmation. So at least one of these individuals who were in a relationship and then ended it have started a new relationship and are still hanging out with the ex. Yep. New boo. So even though they seem to have made it very public and everyone knows that this relationship has ended, there's proof that someone has acquired that, in fact, these two are still seeing each other. And then we also have this dirty money card coming out. That's interesting. Laundering, steal, and illegal. So there's been a theft of some sort. And that could be why we have receipts. I know that someone was here because this is missing. Ooh, that just made me think of it. Wasn't it Shakira that was able to figure out there was some infidelity because jam was used and he didn't like jam? It was only her. Something weird like that. There's something that's missing, and that makes it clear that there's been someone else there. All right, let's get some more tarot. This is the Bianco Nero. Ooh, we also don't have these lights on. There we go. Did I drop something? It sounded like it, didn't it? Hello, Sacred. How are you doing? I hope you're enjoying your weekend. What do you think, WPTV? You have a guess? Queen of Swords in the reverse and the Six of Swords. Queen of Swords could be the X for a King of Swords, so we'll see if that one comes out. We definitely have somebody here who I think is sleeping with the X. We'll just put it that way. I think I can say that. Even though there's been some time, you know, that has passed, there's still this something that still has a draw to each other. So there's a willingness to risk the new connection. This is quite the opposite from the last reading I did. Interesting. Yeah, I think it was that one. I probably need to go check that. Hello, Mr. Sense. How are you doing? We have the Hermit, the Fool, and the Seven of Swords in the reverse. Someone figured this out. Someone walked in on this. Somebody put two and two together. Someone had a new schedule or a change of plans, and now that lie isn't working anymore. I have proof. I know what was going on. I know you're hanging out with your ex. Doesn't necessarily mean this is the new boo who has figured this out. It could be that there's someone in the family or someone who's like a best friend who has said, hey, so what are you doing over there? How's it going, Redbeard? Happy Saturday. Hello, Laura. All right, we've got Justice, the Seven of Wands in the reverse, and the Queen of Wands. There's still a very strong physical attraction, even if there has been some discord or, you know, I don't want to be with you anymore. I mean, Justice to me is the actual breakup. So we made this decision, but the problem is I'm still very attracted to you. So even though I know I shouldn't talk to you, even though I know I shouldn't, you know, see you, they're falling into that because that attraction is still there. Page of Wands, Knight of Wands, the Six of Cups in the reverse, and the Five of Wands in the reverse. Yeah, so there's communication that is sent in a hurry, and it could be sent to the wrong phone. It could be somebody is using the wrong name. It could be somebody is accidentally saying something that betrays their real plans when they had some sort of alibi or other plan set up. But there's a goof here, and that's why we have receipts, because somebody sees an inconsistency or hears something that is, you know, a red flag, and then we have the Hermit energy coming out. The, okay, so now that I know that something is a little bit strange, I might have to do a little bit of digging. I might have to see what I can find. And it's the X, Six of Cups in the reverse. This is somebody who has bad habits. Somebody who is, it's like I will complain about my ex all day long, but I'm still super attracted to them. And I think some people feel like if they're just spouting all of this dislike or hatred or complaining about an ex, that people will assume that you really don't like them. But I think if you are over someone, you don't really have the need to constantly talk about how awful they were, or even maybe at all. You know, you can still talk about your experiences, but I feel like this is somebody who was trying to, you know, make it sound like they really hate this person, but in actuality, all of the talking they were doing about this person made it obvious to others that there was still some sort of energy between the two of them, right? Like, oh, it sounds like you're really butter over there. You still love that person, huh? Thank you, Grindhard. Is wifey Micah ready to kiss? Should I get her the necklace? With her name on it? That's a sweet idea for Christmas. I'm just drawing a Christmas tree to represent Christmas. She ever felt real love before you? That's a great question, Grindhard, because it could be that there is some lack of understanding there or misconception on that because of previous connections. All right, I've got those written down, and let's grab a different tarot deck. Oh, you know what I want? It's been a really long time since I've used this deck. This is the very first tarot deck that I ever got. Green Witch. I don't usually use it in general readings. But something tells me that it is the right choice right now. Hello, AOP. How are you doing? Can you see how, like, they're bent from all the shuffling? Hello, Marilyn. Hello, McCall. How are you doing? I don't know if I said that right. If it's just regular Michael, my apologies. We have the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, and the Four of Chalices in the reverse. My. Yes, a lack of loyalty with the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. And somebody who is thinking about short-term gratification versus what they want for the long term, and feeling like they would be able to make it look like I have no interest in that person. Why would anybody guess that I'm still seeing them? I spent the last several months getting away from that person. I'm just still really attracted to them. They think that they're moving in silence, but they're not. People can hear the sounds of their corduroy pants swiping against each other as they walk through the library halls. I'm just saying, this person is not as smooth as I think they are. Hello, Kaiser. What's going on? I am indeed. I will start those personal questions in about probably like 12 minutes or so. And thank you for the compliment. All right. The Holly King. This is the Hermit. Somebody figures them out. I know you're still seeing your ex. You want everyone to believe that you're, you know, doing the right thing or that you weren't the problem. But aren't you cheating on that new person? Five of the Thames or Five of Swords in the reverse. Interesting because we've had the Five of Wands in the reverse twice in this column, and now the Five of Swords in the reverse. Here it is upright. So, yeah. We figured out how to not be mad at each other anymore, and as a result have had to be keeping it quiet or trying to hide the fact that we are spending time with each other again, because everyone would be mad at us, right? Well, Grindhard, I feel like that was what the last question was, right? I feel bad if you pay for extra. Oh, you're clarifying. Okay. She never real love until I came into her. I said house, but I meant her life. All right. I have fixed that. I'm sorry about that. Hello, Time. How are you doing? Hello. Let's get it done. How are you? What else do we have? Nine of Wands and the Star. I love this card. It's so beautiful. And quite often the star to me represents a GPS location or kind of like a stamp, right? I drink a lot of Dr. Pepper, okay? I'm working on it, but I love me some Dr. Pepper. And if you were to find a Dr. Pepper can or bottle in, you know, let's just say in your TV room after we'd been hanging out, you'd be like, Carmen was here, you know? I'm not saying that it has to be tied to beverage or food, but there's something like you left your earrings behind, or your ID was on the cabinet, or, you know, your hat was behind the TV. I don't know. There's something here where it's like, I know where you were. I know what you were doing. Because there's proof, right? You left something there, or someone saw your GPS, right? Aw, I'm sorry you're having a rough day, Meg. I hope it improves for you. Hello, Gupta. How you doing? What really amuses me is if you know anything about algorithms, if you are commenting on things in YouTube, on YouTube, you're telling the algorithm that you like that. You're like, hey, give me more of that. So the people who go out of their way who are like, I hate this. This is awful. I'm not really convinced that they're doing what they need to be less like inundated with that, you know? How's it going, Brian? Hello, Dallas. I hope you have a better day. You have some soup you can eat. Or bone marrow broth. We've got the King of Wands again, this time in the upright, and the Ace of Pentacles. Yep. All right, so this could literally be saying that there was evidence of, you know, the horizontal mambo time. I'm trying to think of a right way to say this. If there was perhaps like a rapper found, not somebody like A$AP Rocky, but like rapper with a W. There's evidence here, something that makes it clear, okay, this is clearly not over, even though they've tried to make it seem like they're not seeing each other anymore. They've tried to make it seem like they're no contact, or they can't even stand each other's, you know, presence. But in reality, Eight of Wands, they're still talking. They found a different channel or a different way to connect in order to be able to hide this from people around them. All right. Let's see what else we have. This is the Love Tarot. Hello, I am. I hope you're having a good weekend. Ooh, ramen sounds good. Something to say. There's something I really want to share with you. I'm waiting for the right time to tell you. Uh-oh. This could be someone saying, I know that you're seeing your ex again. Oh. We have the Spoiling You card and You're So Special. This is someone who's like trying to like overcompensate. I feel guilty for hanging out with my ex, so I'm going to shower you with gifts. I'm going to try to make sure that everything makes you feel like, you know, you're the priority in my life. But it's It's like they buy this person flowers and then put the wrong name on the flowers or the card. You know what I mean? Let the past go. Can we rewind time and go back to before we were both broken down by life? Our pasts hold us back from our future. This is the ex. Hey, you know, like if this is still great, like if we still want to hang out with each other, maybe we shouldn't actually end the relationship. Thank you, Laura. Oh, I don't think I've ever tried that, Dallas. Hello, Tanya. All right, so we have your perfection and father wounds. Your beauty amazes me. I'm not sure how I attracted in someone like you, but I'm forever grateful. This is why we have somebody giving in. They're so physically attracted to this person, even though they know there's been difficult times. And there's been difficult times in this relationship because someone has never really forgiven their father. We have the father wounds card. My father is a big influence on my behavior now as an adult. I have challenges with connecting to the divine masculine energy within me and externally. And it could be more than one person that is dealing with that, right? All right. This is the Hidden Truth Oracle. Hello, Jerry. Oh, I would actually say I probably prefer pho. My friend back in Minneapolis got me onto the pho with beef and like thinly sliced steak. I think that's what it was. They call it steak. And then add a little bit of spice, you know? That's funny. No, thank you. But nice try, S9. We have, I hid who I really am from you. I bury myself in work to forget you. It was not as easy for this person to move on from their ex as they made it seem to everybody else. I do feel like this would be the King of Wands. This is someone who felt like work would help them let go. And that could be how they met this new person. But before long, they found themselves still wanting that ex. I left you before you could leave me. And we will be together again. I think this King of Wands freaks out because they feel they don't really deserve this new person. And they're still very attracted to their ex. They feel like maybe it's only a matter of time before the new person would reject them or choose someone else. So might as well go back to the ex. I'm starting to understand our connection. This is someone who's trying to get back with the ex, right? I know it took me a while. I know we had some arguments. I know things got a little bit crazy. But now I know that I'm supposed to be nice to you. Okay. Hello, Ulfgar. How are you doing? Oh, from the Faroe Islands? That's so cool. I'm trying to remember. Is that the one that doesn't have trees? Or are they really low to the ground? I watched a special about it so long ago, and now I feel like I don't have much memory of it. Hello, Hunch. How are you doing? Tragedy, forbidden love, entrapment, waves, emotions coming and going. Oh no, you guys. Okay, so this proof of the cheating could actually be a child, a pregnancy. We could have somebody who is trying to figure out the paternity of a child they've been raising. But we definitely have some question marks here, and the proof has something to do with a child or prophylactic. Is that the name for it? The rapper that we previously discussed, as you know. Hello, let's get it done. How are you doing? Hello, Elena, how are you doing? We've got, I told you, it has something to do with children. So we could have somebody who is discovering that they are pregnant, or someone who's discovering that they were not actually the father. Roller coaster, highest high, adrenaline rush. Where'd you go? Negotiate. Oh no, I picked up some hair from the floor. I'm sorry, guys. Oh, that's really weird because that makes me think of your hair is everywhere, screaming infidelities. Is that Dashboard Confessional or Jimmy Eat World? Don't be mad at me. Don't be mad at. Sorry. I don't know which one it is, but it's one of those two. There's definitely somebody here who's stepping out and then getting caught, and I feel like the getting caught thing doesn't have to happen immediately. It could happen years later because of a DNA test. Or this is somebody who's saying, well, you got someone else pregnant, so I think we're pretty clear on what happened, you know? Hello, Lucas, how are you doing? Hello, Redbeard. How's your weekend going? All right, after these cards, I'm gonna start with the personal questions. We've got Priyanka up first and then Grind Hard. Love and insatiable. This is someone who's just like kind of giving in, like, I know it's toxic. I know this is my ex and I know I worked to get away from this person, but I couldn't help myself. Or I know we've been working to improve our relationship and now you found out that long ago I wasn't faithful. And we got somebody who's trying to blame it on the alcohol. Not my favorite defense, but you know, people do it, I guess. Oh yeah, toxic people blame it on the alcohol. So there's a little bit of a mess here with somebody who has had like an off and on kind of connection, as well as a new love connection. And now there is some struggle or chaos or drama over a child and who the parents are. All right, let's dive into those personal questions. I'm gonna go with the Edgar Allan Poe Tarot. Hello, Joshua. Hello, Messiah. Messiah's Misfits. How are you doing? Hello, Isa. How are you doing? All right, let's see what we've got for Priyanka. We've got a question regarding Mukuldev and the current, let's see what the next action will be. What will Mukuldev's next action towards Priyanka be? King of Swords in the reverse, Queen of Cups in the reverse. I really like that energy. This feels like a lack of confidence in communicating. Oh, okay. No, this is good. This is saying I left something to kind of fester and it caused a problem when I should have just spoken to you about it. If I speak to you about it and we have clear standards, then we don't have to be worried about fears as much. It's like I was maybe getting into my head a little bit and expecting the worst. So this feels to me like my next intention is to make sure that if there's something that I need to communicate, I'm not going to just like sit here and be like, what's going on? I'm going to actually deal with it, right? I'm hoping that you get the help that you need, Oliver. Hello, Audley. How are you doing? And what about Mokildev's intentions towards Priyanka, please? Lovers in the reverse. He hasn't decided. World in the reverse. He's trying to figure something out. And I think it has to do with whether or not you're interested in someone else. I think there's this desire to like actually have a serious conversation or even like a video chat, see you in person. But it's like, I need to figure out if I can trust you. And if I can trust you, then I have good intentions. But if you're going to mislead me in any way, then I'm going to walk away. So I think there's this desire to put out like this direct communication, like I'm interested in you, but I want to be very clear, like I have requirements or standards, or I will walk away. Like I can put up a boundary if you're not going to be focused on me. So the intentions are undecided because he's trying to read you. He's trying to figure out what's going on. But he realizes that he made things worse by not talking to you about it, and he should have actually asked you. So I hope that goes well for you, Priyanka. For Grind Hard, we have is... No, we'll stick with this. Is Micah ready to kiss? Yes. Kind of not sure how to go about it as far as distance and timing and like where, but there's some daydreaming about it, you know? Hello, Nathan. How are you doing? Hello, Shandana. Hello, Andre. So we've got, should I get her the necklace with her name on it for Christmas? No. Why not? Not her style. Or not what she wants from you. It's like, I want something that's a little bit more demonstrative of what you know about me. Does she not really, or is there something in particular that she has in mind? There is something that she wants, and it's not that. I do feel like she's going to hint at it. I do think you're going to have an understanding. So I would just be super observant. If there's a way to casually bring up, oh, I've always wanted one of these, or what do you think of that? You might be able to get a little bit of information. But I think she's going to make it a little easier for you to know what she wants. Has she never met or had real love until Grind Hard came into her life? She thought that she had been in love. She might be kind of redefining that at this point. Kind of like she had a little bit of a naive understanding from like movies or TV shows or, you know, siblings or whatever. And then now she's realizing that it was way more drama and toxic than it needed to be. the previous situations where she thought maybe she'd been in love. But you are setting the bar pretty high. So she's letting down her guard. She goes back and forth. Have you ever seen, like, if you're charging your phone where there's kind of a questionable connection and it's like bouncing back and forth between it's charging and it's not charging and you're like, well, you just make up your mind. That's kind of what I'm picking up here is like, one day I'm like, yeah, no, I'm totally falling in love with her. No, that's scary. Love? What? No. And then the next day, oh, I think I'm falling in love. There's this like back and forth because of fear and a little bit of resistance. That's all right. She'll figure it out. All right, let's see. So Andre asked for a free reading. I will see what we pull for you from the, we'll go with the Morgan Greer. What do we have for Andre? I hope I'm saying your name right. What do we have for Andre? The Sun, the Ten of Cups, Strength in the reverse, Two of Wands in the reverse. Feels to me like there's a really big, amazing opportunity headed your way. It's an opportunity where you would feel like you're in a place that you belong or you're with someone who understands or sees you clearly. But with Strength in the reverse, Two of Wands in the reverse, it's like you're not expecting or anticipating that something like this could happen. It's like packing an overnight bag and not knowing how long you're going to be hanging out somewhere. And you're like, well, this will get me through a couple days maybe, or a day. When you should be packing for a longer. It's like anticipate good things instead of just like kind of mediocre or like meh. Because there's something here that is meant to help you let go of some sadness. And it has to do with the people that are in your inner circle or the people who help you to feel like you belong. So take action or speak up when this comes around. Don't let it pass you by. Hello, Job. How are you doing? What do we have for Job Belugas? Ten of Wands in the reverse. Queen of Pentacles, Justice in the reverse. It looks to me like there is an issue here with somebody being unreasonable with regards to money. That could be someone who charges you a monthly bill who is sneaking something in that they shouldn't or charging you extra. This could be a partner or a family member who is trying to siphon a little bit of what you have to make their life easier. But I see unfair taking, stealing, one could even call it, that requires your attention. I do feel like this is somebody that you have an agreement with or somebody that you feel would do right by you. Remember, an agreement could be like you signed a contract with a cell phone provider and they're charging you extra. But this could also mean that you feel like this is your best friend. I never thought that you would just like take cash off my kitchen counter like that, you know? So be vigilant. You'll figure it out. Hello, Leo. How are you doing? Hello, Carlos. What's going on? Let's see. Oh, I'm sorry you feel that way. Tara Lloyd asked how to get a reading. I will pull a few cards for you right now, but just so you know, Most live streams at about 30 minutes in, I take super chat donations and do personal questions at that point, so after the general reading. But I also offer long form personal readings. If you want to email me, it's wickedonestarot@gmail.com. What do we have for Tara? Queen of Cups, Six of Wands, Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. There's someone in love with you. They're looking at you like you are the most amazing person they've ever met. This is someone who feels like you make life easier or worth living. This is someone who doesn't really like a lot of people who's admiring you. Maybe you don't know that this person's like into you. They don't really like anybody, but they like you. Three of Pentacles in the reverse. They stay to themselves. And then we have Death in the reverse. This is someone who is very, very principled. I do feel like they have gone through an ego death a long time ago, so they may have been kind of feeling like an outcast for a long time. But we have someone who's mostly a loner because they don't hang out with people who don't have a change in perspective or who have, you know, some sense of maturity emotionally. Hello, Kamar. How are you doing? You're welcome, Tara. And thank you for liking and subscribing, or if you're able to hype the video, I appreciate that as well. Wowza. I think you're on the wrong website there, mister. All right, I'm going to do one more. Is it the one that Tara's been in love with for years? I think it's someone different. I think it's somebody who feels like you may not be interested in them. This person may feel that you're more attractive than they are. They get anxious around you, or when they think about telling you that they're interested. Hello, Teresa. How are you doing? All right, I'm going to leave it there. I love you all. Thank you for the likes and the subscribes, and I will see you on the next reading. Toodles.